Very good morning to all of you students. Welcome to the mathematics class. In this session we will discuss chapter number 3 of class 11th, and the name of the chapter is trigonometrical functions. Student, we have already discussed in the first part of this chapter some basic formulas like sin a plus b, sin a minus b, cos a plus b, cos a minus b, tan a plus b, tan a minus b, cot a plus b, cot a minus b. We have already discussed the multiplication formula and some identities. So in this lecture we will discuss the some other formulas related to trigonometrical functions and continue this lecture. So student starts. So I have to revise some formulas, and after that we will start the chapter further. Okay students. So see student, in the last lecture we have discussed some important formulas like formula to transform the sum or difference into product. That means how can we convert the sum and the difference of the same trigonometrical ratios into the product form. So here we have some formulas, and these formulas are very important and you have to learn these formulas, because without formula you can't solve any questions related to these. Clear? So sin c plus sin d, you can write 2 times of sin c plus d upon 2 into cos c minus d. Next one is sin c minus sin d is equal to 2 cos c plus d upon 2 into sin c minus d upon 2. Cos c plus cos d is equal to 2 cos c plus d upon 2 into cos c minus d upon 2. And the last one is cos c minus cos d is equal to 2 sin c plus d upon 2 into sin d minus c upon 2. These are the four important formulas and you have to learn it. Clear? Now there are some other formulas which are in the form of product into sum or difference. They are also important, and they are generally used for the calculation of such types of problems. We will discuss some numericals problem and some sums which are depend on these formulas. So first is formulate to transfer the product into sum or differences. So first is 2 sin A into cos B is equal to sin A plus B plus sin A minus B. Next one is 2 cos A into sin B is equal to sin A plus B minus sin A minus B. Third is 2 cos A into cos B is equal to cos A plus B plus cos A minus B. And the fourth one is 2 sin A into cos B is equal to cos A minus B minus cos A plus B. Clear students? Now we will solve some examples related to this formula. First one is prove cos 6 theta minus cos 4 theta upon sin 6 theta plus sin 4 theta. Now here we can use cos c minus cos d in numerator and sin c plus sin d in denominator. So we get 2 times of sin 6 theta plus 4 theta upon 2 into sin 4 theta minus 6 theta upon 2 upon 2 sin 6 theta plus 4 theta upon 2 into cos 6 theta minus 4 theta upon 2. On solving we get minus sin theta upon cos theta. So it will be minus times of tan theta. Now the next question is, and this is important question. Question is sin A plus sin 3A plus sin 5A plus sin 7A upon cos A plus cos 3A plus cos 5A plus cos 7A is equal to tan 4A. Here we have to arrange terms like 7A and sin A plus sin 5A plus sin 3A, because we have to make the angle 8. In the same way we will arrange the terms according to numerator. Now applying the formula sin A plus sin B, so we get 2 times of sin 7A plus A upon 2 into cos 7A minus A upon 2 plus 2 times of sin 5A plus 3A upon 2 into cos 5A minus 3A upon 2. In the denominator we get 2 cos 7a plus a upon 2 into cos 7a minus a upon 2 plus 2 times of cos 5a plus 3 upon 2 into cos 5a minus 3 upon 2. Clear, student? Now solving we get 2 sin 4a into cos 3a plus 2 sin 4a into cos a upon 2 cos 4a into cos 3a plus 2 cos 4a into cos a. So we have to take common 2 sin 4a from numerator and 2 cos 4a from denominator. We get in bracket cos 3a plus cos a upon cos 3a plus cos a. So it will be cancelled out and we get tan 4a. Clear, students? Okay. Now student, we will discuss here some most important problems and they are generally asked in the board examination in the long form. Clear? The question is sin 10 into sin 30 into sin 50 into sin 70 is equal to, we have to prove 1 upon 16. So in such types of question we have to take first term in the multiplication whose value is known. So here sin 30 is known, that's why we have to arrange in the first part of the question. So sin 30 into sin 10 into sin 50 into sin 70. Now put the value of sin 30 1 by 2. Now applying the formula 2 sin 50 into sin 10, that means 2 sin A into sin B, product formula in the two terms, and we get 1 upon 2 into 1 upon 2 in bracket 2 sin 50 into sin 70. Sorry, sin 10 into sin 70. Now use the formula and put the value of formula according to values. So 1 upon 4 cos 50 minus 10 minus cos 50 plus 10 into sin 70. Clear? The formula is used, 2 sin A into sin B is equal to cos A minus B minus cos A plus B. We get 1 upon 4 in bracket cos 40 minus cos 60 into sin 70. So we get 1 upon 4 sin 70 into cos 40 minus sin 70 into cos 60. So we get finally 1 upon 8 in bracket 2 times of sin 70 into cos 40 minus sin 70. Clear, student? Again we use formula 2 sin A into cos B is equal to sin A plus B plus sin A minus B. Now put the value and we get 1 upon 8 sin 110 plus sin 30 minus sin 70. Now we can write 110 like sin 180 minus 70 plus sin 30 minus sin 70. So on putting the value and we get finally 1 upon 8 into 1 upon 2 is equal to 1 upon 16, which is proved. Clear? Okay, students. Now student, we will take another example. This is also important. Student, we have only discussed here the most important problems because the videos are very small, very few length. So in the small video we have to cover as much as possible questions which are very important and they are generally asked in the board examination. That's why we are taking such types of questions which are most important according to your syllabus. Clear? So the next question is sin theta upon 2 sin 7 theta upon 2 plus sin 3 theta upon 2 into sin 1 theta upon 2. We have to prove here sin 5 theta plus into sin 2 theta. Now multiply by 2 in the both terms and dividing by 2. That means we have to arrange like 2 sin A into sin B. So by putting the formula we get cos 1 upon 2 in bracket cos 7 theta upon 2 minus theta upon 2 minus cos 7 theta upon 2 plus theta upon 2. In the same way the second term becomes cos 11 theta upon 2 minus 3 theta upon 2 minus cos 11 theta upon 2 plus 3 theta upon 2. Okay, students? Now on solving we get 1 upon 2 in bracket cos 3 theta minus cos 4 theta plus cos 4 theta minus cos 7 theta. So we get 1 upon 2 in bracket cos 3 theta minus cos 7 theta. Finally we get 1 upon 2, 2 times of sin 3 theta plus 7 theta upon 2 into sin 7 theta minus 3 theta upon 2, because here the formula is formed cos c minus cos t. So finally we get sine 5 theta into sine 2 theta. Clear? Okay students. Now the next problem is prove that cos 20 degree into cos 40 degree into cos 60 degree into cos 80 degree is equal to 1 upon 16. This is also important. So in the same question we have used the term whose value is known. So we can write it 1 upon 2 into cos 60 in bracket 2 times of cos 20 into cos 80 in bracket into cos 40. 1 upon 4 in bracket cos 80 plus 20 by applying the formula 2 cos A cos B plus cos 80 minus 20 into cos 40. Clear? Now 1 upon 4 in bracket cos 100 plus cos 60 into cos 40. Now multiply by cos 40 both terms, we get cos 1 upon 4 cos 100 into cos 40 plus 1 upon 2 into cos 40, because cos 60 is 1 upon 2. So by putting the values, we get 1 upon 8 in bracket cos 180 plus 40 plus cos 180 minus 40 plus cos 40 degree. So it becomes 1 upon 8 in bracket cos 140 plus cos 60 plus cos 40. We can write 180 140 like 1 upon 8 in bracket cos 180 minus 40 degree plus cos 60 degree plus cos 40. Clear students? Now applying the formula cos 180 minus theta, we get 1 upon 8 in bracket minus cos 40 plus cos 60 plus cos 40. It becomes 1 upon 8 into cos 60. So it will be 1 upon 16. Clear students? Now the exercise 3D is very simple, and in this exercise you will find only the formula of c plus d or multiplication. That means 2 sin a sin b, 2 cos a cos b, 2 cos a cos b, 2 cos a sin b. Clear? So this is your homework and you have to complete the exercise 3D completely. Clear? If you have any problem, then you can watch the video again, and you can also solve questions related to the examples. Clear student? This is your homework. Now student, here we will discuss some trigonometrical ratios of multiple angles. It means that here angles are not given in single form. It is given by multiplication with any other numbers. For example, sin 2a is 2 times of sin a into cos a. Cos 2a is equal to cos square a minus sin square a, 1 minus 2 sin square a, 1 2 cos square a minus 1. Student, these are the important formulas of cos 2a, and they are generally asked in the numericals problem, and it is also important for the board examination. Now tan 2a is equal to 2 times of tan a upon 1 minus tan square a. Student, we will discuss here now 3a formulas. So sin 3a is equal to 3 sin a minus 4 sin cube a. In the same way, cos 3a is equal to 4 cos cube a minus 3 cos a, and tan 3a is equal to 3 tan a minus tan cube a upon 1 minus 3 tan square a. Here proving is not as important, because generally you have if you learn the formula, then you can easily use directly formula. There is no proving is required. Clear? Okay students, now we will discuss some examples related to the above formulas. Find the values of sin 2 alpha when tan alpha is given. That means tan alpha is given 16 upon 63. So from tan alpha we have to find the value of sin and cos, because sin 2 alpha will be equal to 2 times of sin alpha into cos alpha. So first of all we will find the value of sin alpha and cos alpha. Clear? So sin alpha is 16 upon 65. So putting the value sin 2 alpha equals to 2 sin alpha into cos alpha, and put the value of sin alpha and cos alpha, we get the required value. Now student, discuss an example which is very important. Sin alpha into sin 60 minus alpha into sin 60 plus alpha. is equal to 1 upon 4 into sine 3 alpha. First of all, multiplied by 2 and dividing by 2, we get 1 upon 2 sine alpha into 2 sine 60 plus alpha into sine 60 minus alpha. Now using the formula 2 sine A into sine B, we get 1 upon 2 into sine alpha in bracket cos 60 plus alpha minus 60 plus alpha minus cos 60 plus alpha plus 60 minus alpha. So we get 1 upon 2 sine alpha in bracket cos 2 alpha minus cos 120 degree. Clear? Now put the values and easily get the solution. Now student, take another example, and this example is most important. So example is tan alpha plus 2 tan 2 alpha plus 4 tan 4 alpha plus 8 cot 8 alpha is equal to cot alpha. Taking left hand side, we get tan alpha plus 2 tan 2 alpha plus 4 tan alpha plus 8 into 1 upon tan 8 alpha, because cot is the reciprocal of tan. Now we can put here tan alpha plus 2 tan 2 alpha plus 4 tan 2 4 alpha plus 8 upon using the formula of tan 2 alpha. We get 2 tan 4 alpha upon 1 minus tan square alpha. On solving it, we get tan alpha plus 2 tan 2 alpha plus 4 tan 4 alpha 4 into 1 minus tan square 4 alpha upon 4 alpha. So student, simply you solve and adjust the terms. We get tan alpha 2 tan 2 alpha plus 4 upon tan 4 alpha. Again using the formula tan 2 alpha, we get tan alpha plus 2 tan 2 alpha plus 4 upon 2 tan 2 alpha upon 1 minus tan square alpha. Clear? Okay. Now student, see here, the next term will be tan alpha plus 2 tan 2 alpha plus 2 times of 1 minus tan square 2 alpha upon tan 2 alpha. Solving, we get tan alpha plus 2 tan square 2 alpha plus 2 minus 2 tan square 2 alpha upon tan 2 alpha. Finally, we get tan alpha plus 2 upon tan 2 alpha. Clear? Again using the formula of tan 2 alpha, we get tan alpha plus 2 in bracket 1 minus tan square alpha upon 2 tan alpha. So it becomes finally 1 upon tan alpha, that means cot alpha. So I think you all understand this problem, because this problem is very important and this problem is not as easy as you are understand. Clear? Now students, the exercise 3C, this exercise is for your practice problem, and I gave you number of exercise for solving the questions, and I think you all understand the problems related to the questions, and you all understand how can we use the formulas related to the questions. Clear students? So now I am giving you exercise 3E for your homework. So student, this is for your homework, and this exercise is some difficult. So in order to solve the questions of this exercise, first of all you have to listen very carefully, and you have to complete the above formulas, and you have to learn the formulas very well, and you have to solve as much as possible questions. Otherwise you can't solve the questions of this exercise, because this is not very easy exercise and this is very important exercise. Clear? So this is your homework, and you have to solve the questions of this exercise. If you have any problem, then you can see the video again and again. Clear? So in this video we will discuss only this exercise, and in the next video we will discuss some other formulas related to the exercise. Clear? So exercise 3E and exercise, see students, exercise 3F is also given for you. Both exercises are almost same, and they are not very easy, so you have to solve the questions of this exercise. Clear? We will discuss in the next video some other formulas. Okay students, thank you very much.